Welcome to LUTV's coverage of this PL2 Division 2 clash against Fulham. Leeds United U23s hoping to end the year in style. It is Matt Jackson's side's last game of 2020 today. They sit top of the table and it is 19 points from their first 10 matches. They've also got their game in hand over Middlesbrough in the table as they try to set a bit of a gap, bit of a precedent between the two, and hopefully kick on this afternoon. In terms of the conditions, not ideal like last week for this time of year, but hopefully the players can get the job done against what is a spirited Fulham team. It is first versus fifth today, and Fulham have lost 4 in 5 away, but they did win their last away trip, and it is 3 wins in a row. So they are starting to approach and get a bit more closer to Leeds United. It has been a really good battle, the likes of Middlesbrough, Wolves, Norwich, Sunderland not too far away as well, and we've had a good few games against those sides, and a couple of those are in action today as well in what is a busy final couple of days in the youth football calendar, where the first kick-off today at was 12 o'clock, will be slightly later. It's Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Norwich versus Wolves and Stoke versus West Brom as the today's visitors make their way across from Thorpe Arch to the training pitch. So we'll start with today's teams. And Leeds United going with a strong starting 11, and Fulham likewise as well. So Leeds go with Alaya Caprile, Corey Drame, Leif Davis, Jack Jenkins, Charlie Cresswell, Ollie Casey, Jan Poveda, Sam Greenwood, Tar Roberts, Pablo Hernandez and Helder Costa. The bench for the Whites is Harry Christie, Noah Kenner, Niall Huggins, Joe Gallhart and Bobby Canwer. And for today's visitors, the Cottagers, a couple of familiar faces. They've gone with George Wickens, Jordan Aynett, Conor McAvoy, Jayden Mundell-Smith, Leslie Daru, Jaden Harris, Josh Onoma, Sonny Hilton, Fabio Carvalho, Sylvester Jasper, Martel Taylor-Crossdale. Matt Bridges' teams on the bench is Luca Ashby-Hammond, Ryan de Havilland, Jonathan Page and Mike Biereth. And in terms of commentary position, as always, I've got Ben Parker alongside me, myself, Tom Hill, and Ben will bring you all the action. And Ben, it's last couple of weeks for Leeds 23s has been pretty positive, some good football to watch. Today is going to be a tough test with some, hopefully, first-team experience to get them over the line. We expect first half, bit of a change at the break, and hopefully end 2020 in fine style.
Hopefully, Tom, correct. Good afternoon, everybody else as well. And like you said, we're really looking forward to this one. Mission Fulham, a couple of experienced players in their outfit. Likewise for us, we always kind of go strong, but as you mentioned, finish the 2020 year on a high, because so far in this campaign we've been excellent. Seeing the table just before kick-off, sitting right at the top. It's just good to see these boys pushing, because for the first team, games are coming thick and fast now over the festive period, we know that. But for the 23s and Mark Jackson, it's just kicking on, having that consistency. We've been getting that more and more as the season's kind of developed, so really looking to see how we kind of start bright and just playing some good stuff like we've seen so far in this campaign.
Yeah, fingers crossed as the referee does get the game underway, and Pablo Hernandez last time out was fired up against Aston Villa, a 45-minute appearance, and of course the same can be said for his appearance in midweek against Newcastle with those assists. So he kicks the game off, Leeds under pressure straight from the off, and good to see Jenkins starting again, being out the 23s team last couple of weeks, come off the bench last week. And that will be a simple clearance which Alaya Caprile can deal with in goal. Back to Cresswell, who tries to fizz it down the line. It's not a bad idea. Costa to Davis, and Davis slightly clips in the back of the ankle. I don't think that was a result of the ball touch. They just maybe over-egged it a little bit, and the player that stepped off the bench yesterday at Old Trafford. So it was Costa down the left-hand side, trying to attack this right-hand side of defence. Bring it Jordan Aynett, back to Davis. There's Hernandez now. Oh, beautiful nutmeg again. Davis has almost got onto the end of that slip slightly, and it will be a Leeds United corner. Pablo Hernandez's pass, Ben.
I just timed it 1 minute 14 seconds, first nutmeg of the afternoon from Pablo, and I think Leif Davis didn't really expect it. He kind of stumbled towards the ball. If he could keep his foot in, he was 1v1 with a goalkeeper, but that's Pablo in a nutshell. 1 minute 14 seconds, write it down, Tom.
Yeah, incredible stuff as the corner is taken to the far post, looking for Casey. Costa's at the back post, low and hard. Keeper nearly spills it. That'll be the first chance for Leeds on goal. A couple of minutes in. It is all positive so far. A big impact expected off the bench from the likes of Kenna, Huggins, Gelhardt, Camber. They're the outfield players as Leeds will win another corner. Fulham feeling the pace at the doors, Ben?
They are. This is where we're saying can we start right with the experience and the quality we've got out, can push this Fulham outfit deeper and deeper inside their half, get them inside the box as well. We've got the quality to unlock those little spaces.
Costa's gone across to take this set piece, which hopefully will be a dangerous one. There's the far post, or near post, sorry, say. It's a beautiful header from Tyler Roberts. Just for a second I thought it was going to go to the back stick towards Cresswell, but Roberts has met it. It's a beautiful header, and the keeper has got absolutely no chance. Inside the first few minutes, it's Leeds United 1, Fulham 0.
Just had a little feeling, didn't you, how we started bright. Pablo Hernandez pulling the strings, great delivery from Helder Costa. Tyler's made a great run just near the front post. You can just see him there. His marker, I know, wasn't it, switching off. Great bullet head into the far top corner, perfect start.
Roberts, a couple of goals for the 23s last few weeks. Doing good to just get that finishing touch. I'm sure a couple of these players will be called upon in the coming weeks as the fixtures start to pile up. For the first team, as Davis is nudged to the floor, and that is going to be a free kick, pretty much bang on the goal line. Ideal start for Leeds, who last week were under pressure from Aston Villa. 2 goals conceded inside the first 39 minutes and scored 2 of their own inside a minute and a half, and eventually getting the job done with Roberts in the second half as Fulham will try to settle down and build out from the back, and given the ball away with Jasper into midfield, and they've got some very tall players in there, very commanding figures, which Leeds will have to try and bypass as they come down the right hand side. That is a nudge in the back, and Leif Davis is accusing the player of diving in just in the 6-yard box. Your thoughts, Ben? I mean, Leif Davis is from behind, but is the striker just waiting for the contact?
Well, we see up and down the country now, don't we? Especially in the Premier League with VAR. Any contact, forward players are going down to the ground. There was a game in the Premier League yesterday. It was Brighton Sheffield United. There's a similar type of kind of incident, and this is what forward players are doing. For Leif Davis, just kind of been a defence trying to get touch tight. I don't think it was a penalty, but just don't give the question for the referee to kind of answer.
Roberts coming forward again and trying to find space for a shot. It takes a deflection. Couldn't get any height on that effort, and Greenwood and Jenkins just misread that bounce and come forward. That's a good run. There's the left to Jasper, and he's tried to play the ball into the final third. It's not the best pass, they've given the ball away. Out to the left now towards Costa. Costa unable to get to that loose ball. Will be a throw into Leeds with Davis. Hernandez has come short. And the ball Leeds is number 10, just tries to sidestep his way. Greenwood has impressed massively in centre midfield last couple of weeks, now out towards Poveda. That pass is a nice idea, but far too much on it, looking for the run of Roberts. First time I've seen him on the ball, Ben Poveda.
That's his dangerous
bit of
position.
rustiness.
Yeah, that's his kind of dangerous little position, rolling off the line, getting in the little pockets of space. Right idea, just a bit of too much on the pass. But again, you can just see we're dominating the game, we're dominating territory. There's the old kind of cliche in football school, when you're on top, we've got the 1 goal, try and get that second, get that third, and put the game to bed. Or hopefully can put it to bed, because we have seen some crazy games in this under-23 campaign. Also the Newcastle one sticks out, but the most recent one as well, the last game out, the way we came back, just shows the character.
Yeah, Wolves as well at this stage of the season. It was 2-0 to Leeds, finished 2 apiece, and I've been mentioned Newcastle as well. Matt Jackson just gives his team a quick round of applause because they've managed to win a free kick after some neat touches, and Fulham striker Marcel Taylor-Crossdale is the man that's trying to spearhead the attack. And there comes Comes forward, just decides to just drop in. Pretty simple pass, Davis. Good movement this from Leeds. Cresswell just caught on the ball. Free kick according to the official. And you can tell by the reaction of the Fulham players that they don't agree with that. He's going to be told to just take this behind the halfway line. Casey was making himself available there for a short pass. Hernandez ambitiously tried to play it cross field without looking. A mistake from the magician in the Leeds United number 10 shirt as he looked to make amends straight away as Leeds now try to get the ball back. Costa putting it in under pressure. Carvalho looking in behind. Hernandez covers. He goes back to Capriel, whose first touch is good, just gives him that little bit of time to assess things. Hernandez to Davis, and again it's beautiful football from Leeds as Jenkins comes out from his holding midfielder spot. That's so good. And it looked also easy at one-touch footballers. Costa tries to go past his man, has to bulldoze his way through. Now a floating cross to the far post. It's just going to stay in play. That's a nice cross from Helder Costa. Tried to stand it up at the far post, hoping for somebody, but yeah, the stuff on the edge of the box, sort of used to it now, aren't we? But it doesn't make it any more less impressive, should I say?
Unbelievable. Start from the goalkeeper. Pablo tracking back in the left-back position, goes back to Eli Capriel, and then they just play out from there, come down this left-hand side. They're just so confident and they trust each other's ability. That's the main thing when you're playing out from the back, that you can trust everybody has a good first touch, make the right option on the ball, but also the movement off it as well. Fantastic to see.
Costa towards the near post. It's cleared away straight away by Carvalho. I suppose we're going to try and turn Jenkins on the attack. Hilton is forced wide. Cresswell's trying to force the error. Leeds getting back in numbers. Here is Davis. Cresswell, that's a very ambitious ball to Casey. It's good for his touch from Casey to just trap the ball as well as he did. And again, Capriel's pass is so inviting. It's in front of the player. It allows them to walk onto it and attack. And now, nice curling ball in from Davis to Jenkins. And Leeds have got Fulham stretched a bit down the right-hand side. Costa's coming from the left to find Poveda. He's got Drame coming in behind him. He might not need him. Poveda goes for goal. And it will be a corner.
Superb.
Costa coming across again. This is the side Leeds scored from. Towards Cresswell, keeper's underneath it. And Cresswell is an inch away from taking it out of his hands. And it is some good goalkeeping from George Wickens. He's a towering presence, Ben, is Charlie Cresswell. That was pretty brave from both of them.
You mentioned about Fulham having a bit of height in their team, but we're a big, powerful unit as well. And this early first 10 minutes, we've obviously got the goal from a corner. The set-piece delivery has been really good. One withheld away at the first moment, but largely getting to some decent areas, and that's where your likes of Charlie Cresswell, Ollie Casey love attacking those dangerous deliveries.
Capriel to Casey. Out towards Cody Drame again. He was going to go long down the line to Poveda. It's a great first touch, is it? No. Out for a throw. So Carvalho to get across it towards Capriel is brave again, and not the greatest cut back to the strike. I think he needed a little bit behind him. Capriel comes out, takes control, and plays it to Cresswell at left centre half. But his touch is heavy. Fulham have capitalised. Into the box they come again. Bodies queuing up at the back post. Drame gets there, so does Jenkins. That's good from Leeds. It was scrambling defence. It had to be. Poveda is just straight offside here. It will be a Fulham free kick.
That's poor Poveda. You can see across the line. He just had to stay on side, and then there's 1v1 back in the left back into his own half, into his final third. Big chance missed there.
Wiggins towards the centre half. I don't think it was expecting that pass, McAvoy. Two centre halves for Fulham today. They've been pretty busy so far. Not seen Sam Greenwood get too many touches. I'm sure that will change. Goes on. Comes up and put the pressure on. Turn from Cavalier, who's pretty busy down this right-hand side. Smith back to McAvoy. Comes under pressure. Here's Greenwood trying to force the mistake, and in fairness to Fulham there, passing's been pretty crisp so far. We're into trouble with Poveda. Greenwood has to stay on his feet, and he's done well. Nobody overcommitting, Ben, nobody making any desperate lunges, and they've forced the throw, which is in a good position. Poveda wanted it in a tight area, and he tries to get past his man, and he will win another throw-in. Costa passes poor. Costa's going to get back here, and he does. Davis didn't need to come across his man, and Leeds perhaps will feel they got away with one. The Fulham player going to ground, but they've covered their backs on the left. As here comes Roberts. It's a lovely curling run towards the far left-hand side. He just started running to the right position in the channel. Just dragged them wide. Couldn't take the ball any further. It was a good pass forward though, and Greenwood trying to win the ball back. It's determined play. Leeds work from left to right. Hernandez gets the touch, and it will be another Fulham throw-in.
You mentioned about Sam Greenwood. Ball at the feet. Yes, really hasn't had many touches, but the work off the ball he's doing is superb. Closing people down. There's 3-4 occasions now. Pressurised Fulham in midfield. Forced a turnover. And that's the good part of his game, is adding both into it. We know he's got his quality.
Yeah, Hernandez. Roberts, Hernandez again. Another nutmeg. Goes down. Hopefully nothing too serious for Hernandez, and he's in some pain. Standing right leg was what was caught. Hopefully it's just an impact knock, but he's not happy. Drame's pass is a little short looking for Poveda. Pablo is back on his feet. I think the glaring looks were to the official rather than the bench. Only 15 minutes in. If you're just joining us on LUTV, Leeds' first goal and only goal so far come via Tyler Roberts inside the 3rd minute from a corner. Great header at the near post. Casey looks out to the right. It's a good pass. Pereira's touch takes him towards the corner flag, but it's good enough to keep him on the ball. Jenkins to Poveda, in behind again. Pablo has beat the offside trap towards Costa, and it's wide. And from there, Helder Costa could well be feeling he should be hitting the target at least. I don't think he had to generate too much power, Ben. I don't think that's the issue. It's just the direction. Pablo's pass had the power on it. He just had to steer it into the back of the net. And
that's what he was trying to do, just guide it into that far bottom corner. Good patient build-up on the right-hand side with Poveda and Pablo linking up nicely. Picked the right option. Yet again does Pablo. Just got it wrong. I just think if he was on his stronger left foot, I think would have found the bottom corner. Just tried to use the pace a bit too much. Just slid off his big instep of his right boot, unfortunately.
Yeah, not his stronger side. Lucas goes along. Davis wins the header. Going to be taking which Cresswell wins, and Leeds in a good position. As Ben said earlier, though, this is a tough old league, Division 2 in PL2. So forced the mistakes that they've done there. A very poor throwing situation for Fulham, and dispossessed pretty easily, which Davis will now try to look for another white shirt. It's up to Roberts. His first touch is good. His second is not. He's appealing for a touch off a Fulham player, and that's 2 bits of sloppy possession for either side. Another poor touch. Now here is Roberts. He's got Jenkins over his left shoulder. Plays it inside to Greenwood. He might go for goal. Just can't get out of his feet. Can he now? And the keeper saves just at the right time. Greenwood found space for a shot. As we say, very, very comfortable with both feet, Sam Greenwood. So he could have gone on to his right. He could have passed to his right as well. I think the keeper's just got to be praised, Ben, for a really good save as we just break off because Kodedrame's tackle is superb. It's released Poveda. Poveda looking for Costa. Can they score a second? Another fine save from the keeper. And George reckons he's keeping Fulham in this. Could easily be 2 or 3-0.
It certainly is. The game could be out of sight. The amount of chances and good chances we are creating. But just the turnovers, keeping the pressure on. This time Kodedrame win the ball high up the pitch. Doing like he's done all this campaign, winning those 1v1 duels. Greenwood had a great shot, great save. This time the keeper's done well just to close the gap on Helder Costa. But he just sensed the second goal was coming.
That's what to Davis looking down the line, tries to disguise it. He's unlucky and it will be a Leeds throw-in. He's inside looking to Costa. It's good work from Costa's movement. He's just dispossessed, perhaps needed a little bit more help. Back to McAvoy at centre-half, across to Mundell Smith, and he's going to bring it away towards Jasper, who's been one of Fulham's brighter players in the early stages. As I say, Fulham up to 5th in the league after 3 wins in a row, so this is a team that have got momentum behind them. Jenkins trying to put pressure on McAvoy. It's out towards Jordan Aina. Sonny Hilton brings it towards the right-hand side. Aina goes back to McAvoy. He'll go long, and that's exactly what Leeds United want, Ben.
Yeah, it's good. We're set up so well, set up so organised. Players know their roles and responsibilities, just filling gaps and then getting tight to people. And at the moment, Fulham can't really get out. They've got no kind of clear idea what they're trying to do in possession. And that's just down to our hard work and our setup. This time it's Poveda alone, not pick a pass.
Yeah, we know he likes to compete with Hernandez. That's a good point you make, though. That pass from McAvoy just screamed to me that all this short passing is not working, so I'm going to go route one and hope for the best, rather than that is actually their tactic. They're going to try and play long balls over the top. It's the first they've played. That was largely down to what Ben said, that the marking was touch tight. It was all the one-on-one transitions that they try and work on. And that's another one from Davis, who is told that's a foul, and I'm sure you can hear Ben alongside me does not agree, or at least thinks it's close.
I think it's very tight, but just again, the pressure on the front foot. Fulham trying to play those straight balls into midfield, always dangerous because we know the press is going to be there. And it could have easily gone in our favour, that decision play on. If we'd have done, we'd probably created another goal scoring opportunity, but just so good to see. Yes, this time Jack Jenkins winning the ball high.
And Jenkins out to the left. Here is Costa. He's looking over his shoulder all the time, looking for an option. He's got Hernandez coming on his inside. Hernandez turns and pirouettes away. Now can he find space? Tries to float it towards Poveda. It's desperately unlucky. It's the width of a stud that stopped that. Fulham player getting there at the very last second. Good marking from Fulham to keep track as Poveda rides the challenge of one, tries to go past the second in Jasper. He goes again, Poveda, towards the byline. He's forced wide, and it will be a goal kick.
Anytime you have to win a game of football, Tom, it's always the ugly side of the game, doing the basics well, winning your duels, working hard, everything off the ball, and then you've got the quality to go hurt teams off back of that. And that's the most pleasing thing I think Mark Jackson will be seeing from his team in this first 21 minutes. Just doing the horrible side of the game ever so well, doing the press, just suffocating Fulham. We've got nowhere to go, winning the second balls, and then off back of that, we've got the quality to go hurt them.
Yeah, horrible day to match the weather. Horrible play, should I say, as Fulham come inside. It's a chance for their number 15, Sonny Hilton, to try and stretch Leeds, which he has been pretty busy trying to do. He's trying to pop up in the number 10 role. Might have 15 in his back, but he is their main architect of dropping short and trying to help the play from their centre-half position through to their centre-forwards. Tyler Roberts, the typical striker's challenge, just trying to do his bit to not allow McAvoy any time and space. And Fulham take the free kick short. There's a runner through the middle that Leeds need to watch. Davis to Costa. Up to Roberts. A beautiful first time pass to Costa. Now Costa's got the pace to get in behind. The defender's got the wrong side. He's managing to get back across the face. And Fulham do well to make it as hard as possible for Helder Costa. I think it's a pretty routine save from there. I'm not trying to take anything away from the keeper, but the defender got the wrong side of him at first, but I thought he did tremendously well to catch up with Helder Costa to force him a bit further wide than he wanted.
What a touch from Tyler Roberts. That first time layoff. So hard to defend. I don't know how you can do that. It's just Helder Costa's pace then. You're right, Wicken's just got himself into good position from a keeper's perspective. Comfortable save in the end, but fantastic touch from Tyler.
Yeah, Leeds have given Fulham a chance to come through here. Jenkins fell for the dummy. Shot's going to come in. Casey gets to it. And it was Hilton, the man that's just mentioned a few moments ago. Hernandez to Roberts. Roberts looks wide for Poveda. The pass is blocked, but Hernandez is going to come and pick up the loose pass. Here he comes again. Hernandez is having his shirt pulled. He nudged off the ball. He's not happy. And it is the pressure from the opposite number 10, Fabio Carvalho, that's got to it. And it now will be with Jaden Rundle-Smith. He will try to go long, and he has done, and this man hasn't had too many touches. Martel Taylor-Crossdale. Another advantage played. Casey has another nibble at the ankles as Cresswell's got to be quick here. The Fulham striker's going to come forward. It's a powerful drive, and a bit of a warning sign for what we can expect from him. Just mentioned that he's barely had a chance to turn and attack this Leeds United defence, but pacey, strong, by the looks of things, very confident from range. And
that's the danger, because we have been on top, dominated this first half in every aspect, but we've only got one goal to show from it. And like still 1-0, well, it kind of take a bit of moment of brilliance from a Fulham player and straight back in the game. So just got to keep concentrate for the full duration.
Yeah, pass towards Costa's a little short. Costa's come back for it. He's going to give a free kick, the official, and it's one of those that I think you can see them given. Casey's trying to demonstrate it was shoulder to shoulder. Helder Costa, not too many complaints, which might give the game away that he feels that it was a free kick and a challenge that was needed to be made. He's potentially been part of this wall because this is a shooting opportunity. Alaya Cabril is warming up, getting ready, just going through his normal free kick routine, checking his wall. He'll then make his way centrally. So Davis has got two strikers to mark. He's trying to demonstrate that. So Poveda comes across to help, but in doing so there's a man on the edge of the box that's spare. So Leeds have to stay switched on here. Looks like it will be a cross towards the far post. Casey's towards the back post, let them in behind, and Cresswell gets to it. I think by the reactions there, Ben, Casey's just trying to tell his teammates that you gave me no call.
I think from both kind of perspective of the teams, no one kind of really knew what was kind of happening. I don't think Fulham kind of planned for that. And in case we're trying to leave the ball out, got to defend the set piece now.
Yeah, it's back towards the edge of the box. It's going to come across the face. Good header from Davis, puts his body on the line, and Hernandez and Greenwood, the two that are trying to push out. It's Greenwood that's forced them wide. Leeds have to try and stay switched on here. Cresswell, bread and butter to him as it gets straight towards the halfway line. Good header from Cresswell. And that will allow Leeds to regroup and hopefully push further out. Still just a single goal to nil. Listening here on LUTV on what is the final 23s game of 2020. Capril's pass is incredibly poor. Fulham have a chance. Shot's going to come in. It's over the top. And the last minute and a half, Ben, has been Fulham's brightest by a very long way.
And I just think we're helping them. Just little mistakes trying to play out from the back. Again, going back to that word concentration. We've said it quite a lot with the under-23s this season. When we're fully switched on, doing his jobs to the best of his ability, it's such a dangerous outfit. But when we do switch off, that's when teams can punish us.
Greenwood, Poveda's onside, is he? Oh, the flag's gone up. Poveda's shot was saved anyway. It was a pass that maybe had to go a little bit quicker. Jan Poveda charging forward. It's a great idea. And encouraging Ben to see him make that sort of run. He's not trying to stay wide, and he's trying to get involved as best he can and make an impact on the scoreboard.
We know we practice this day in, day out at the training ground as wide men trying to make those penetrating runs in behind the fullback. And let me tell you, it's so hard to defend against those runs, and when the pass is played at the correct time, it's pretty much impossible to kind of stop. And that's where Pervader's just adding those little dimensions to his game.
Yeah, Jenkins gives the free kick away. Fulham with keeper with Wickens screaming for the ball to be played towards him so he can assess his pitch, and Leeds' pressure is non-existent at present. Easy work for Cresswell, or should I say he makes it look easy as he brings the ball down to Greenwood. Chance for him to perhaps look further forward with the ball. He sets off on his way to help Pervader and he gets it back. Hernandez making a late run towards the far post. Costa to Hernandez. He's going to be turned. Will Roberts have a go? Hernandez is going to go himself. Right footed again. A fantastic save from the keeper. Keeps it at 1-0. Lovely movement from Leeds. Great touches, great vision. And Hernandez making a shot with his back to goal look even easier, but still the keeper keeps Leeds United at bay, Ben.
Well, Tommy always asks me the question. It's all around about 87th, 88th minute mark. Who's your man of the match? Well, I'm giving it to the Fulham keeper already.
Yeah, he's had a really good game. As Costa to Cresswell. Oh, and into the back of the net. He isn't going to save that. And Charlie Cresswell, 99 times out of 100, is the target for Leeds United corners. And that is why. Bullet header down the throat of the goal, and Helder Costa's two set pieces have been superb. Leeds' advantage is doubled just before the half-hour mark.
We've already mentioned about the delivery being really good from set pieces today. And again, put into an area, you don't have to pick anybody out, put into a good area, good delivery, let them go attack it. Fantastic bullet header. It's no more than we deserve. Been so dominant. George Wickens has been a standout player for Fulham, save after save, keeping him in it. 2-0. Kick on again now, lads.
Yeah, Fulham will probably feel a little bit sorry for themselves because they've just had that spell, their best in the game. And then Leeds have pegged them back. A bit like Villa last week, when just as Villa thought they were in a really good position from 2-0, 39 minutes, then they went in at half-time at 2-2. It's morale sapping, and now Leeds will look to try and put on a show on the final game. And as I say, a show. I wonder if Pervader's got an earpiece in. There's the step-overs galore as he goes to Cody Drame towards the far post. Costa's the target again, and he manages to keep the ball in. Is it going to be a free kick by Pablo Hernandez's reaction? I suggest it is. And Costa, in fairness, does just jump into the defender. He's just trying to put him off. But you mentioned trying to mark Pervader's runs that are from the outside into the channel. What about those slow step-overs?
Well, I don't know about you, Tom, but I feel like I've just been on the waltzes. It spun me every kind of direction there. I didn't know what I was trying to do with that footwork, but fantastic to see.
Yeah, looking more and more confident today's game, Pervader. Hopefully he gets the added minutes as Greenwood has to try and get back. Fulham have got him behind. Leeds must stay switched on. Casey's trying to direct traffic. Drama goes to the floor. Nutmeg across the face of goal, and nobody in a Fulham shirt can get there. Leif Davis can, though. And Davis can come across to Costa. And now Hernandez, and it is looking very stretched. Greenwood's in the middle in acres of space, and he gets it. Pervader again, the man asking for the ball. And that's not a bad idea from Greenwood, looking to try and play the opposite side to Davis, who is incredibly quick, but not that quick. I wonder if Fulham are going to try and play this sort of tactics where they're going to maybe try and fight fire with fire. They're 2-0 down. They don't, in a way, have much choice as the game ticks by, do they? They're going to have to come out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just seeing what the referee's trying to do here to Charlie Cresswell. He's not going to give him a yellow for that, surely. No, just a little word. But the difference between us and Fulham, Fulham are trying to play expansive football. We're just doing such a better tempo with that added quality. And then Fulham do lose the ball, the transition. They're so spread out, it just looks like there's so much acres of space. I mentioned Sam Greenwood there on the ball. Yeah, the pass wasn't right in the end, but just the time and space in front of him. He must be loving the game at the moment.
Cresswell's had a free kick given against him, though. Taylor Crossdale judged to have had his shirt pulled, so Cresswell will make the point to both official and linesman, only to be ignored, and now he's trying to make it to the Fulham player. The only person he's not moaned at is the other official on the far side, the other linesman. Shows you how disappointed he is with the call, which he's now going to try and stay switched on, get it out of his head. He's told Casey to mark up at the back post. He's going to mark the free space just behind the likes of Taylor Crossdale. Carvalho and Jasper stood over it. Jasper runs over the ball towards the far post. Casey beaten in the air. Cresswell comes across, and it's important. McAvoy was the man that headed it back in for Fulham, as Poveda just keeps it in with another really good touch. Keeps it sensible into Drame. Jenkins has to be quick, and that's good from Jenkins. Nifty footwork into Greenwood. Leeds trying to come from right back straight down the right wing again, and good battle that between Greenwood and the number 25, which is Josh Anoma. Never giving up, the Fulham player, and good job, because Leeds were on the attack if they found a little bit more space. Vader's just caught on the ball, tried to make it a little bit too fancy. He's going to try and make amends though, straight away, running at Jasper. Tried to get the block in. Does he get the ball? Referee says not. I thought he got a slight touch to it. One of those where the Fulham player pretty much gives the decision anyway for the ref, because he handballed it. So if it's not a free, if it is play on, it has to stop the game anyway. Leeds have looked most vulnerable from these free kicks on the edge of the box, so yeah, try and make sure they've stayed switched on. There's a two-man wall, Hernandez and Poveda. Have to watch out for the short pass here, because if they do make it, potential for a free cross. Leeds have split the wall up, and Fulham a bit slow to react. Had to go through the motions a bit quicker, you feel. Jasper tried to get past. Oh, it's too easy. Now he's got a shot towards goal, and he fires wide, and Elia Capil looks towards the edge of the box, and Poveda and Hernandez just giving up what was a free shot.
Yeah, initially we defended well. Poveda working ever so hard to close the space down, but then kind of behind him, we just kind of froze a little bit. Didn't kind of push out to cover that space. He was thinking, closing down because they're going to take the shot on. Thankfully, just went wide of that far post.
Lets his flick on, gets to Costa eventually. It's McAvoy, and now Poveda's got it. Hernandez on the right-hand side for him. Gives it to Hernandez. Green was there for a tap-in. Takes a deflection in, and it will be an own goal. McAvoy, the man that's put it into the back of the net. Leeds United are 3-0 up against Fulham. And it's more good play. Great counter. Hernandez puts it into a dangerous area. And there isn't much, really, that Conor McAvoy can do. Once it hits him, it's going straight into the back of the net. And we'll take those goals all day long, Ben.
Good players just making the right decisions at the right time. You see Poveda holding, and then releases Pablo at the precise, important moment, just in terms of the Fulham defence not getting set, and then Pablo doing what Pablo does best, just put it into a dangerous area. Bit of luck, bit of fortune with the own goal, but you have to say we definitely deserve this scoreline. It's just so pleasing, really entertaining to watch. Like I said, good players making good decisions at the correct time.
Leeds now stretches and over, comes flying forward, goes past Cresswell. It's a great run. And it's an even better through ball now. Can Leeds defend this towards the far post? Poveda makes sure it's cleared away, and well away as well. And of course, with the first team players playing in the game today, as Greenwood goes to the ground, thinks he's won the ball. The referee wants a word with Greenwood. I thought it might be Roberts at first, but I wonder if Leeds have spoke back a bit to the official. It's twice now that Leeds players have been told to come across to today's ref. And you know, the point I was making was that we have seen at times, which of course with the first team players coming in to get minutes, to get fitness, that can be a little bit disorganised, and if the game's in the balance. But the first team players have done their job to a very high degree, Ben. If they can keep the scoreline at 3-0, to then allow the likes of Huggins, Gelhardt, Camworth, if that is the three, it would be a very nice job for Mark Jackson to then bring on some of his brightest youngsters to carry on the game from there. They've laid a great platform for them.
We always speak about when they come down, the attitude is so spot on. I just go from my experience, knowing players who've dropped down to the reserve level what it was back then, and you can just see the players really wasn't interested, kind of going through the motions, but none of this group. It's so good to see. And I just think being a young player, being at Fort Park, watching the boys train, playing these games, superb.
Yeah, Cresswell dives in, it's a good tackle, but Fulham have got to the pass, and the block from Casey, and the two centre-halves are digging in for Leeds today like they always do. And back together again as now Hernandez to Costa. Here is that pace that Costa possesses. Davis is no slouch alongside him, and he gets to the byline. A chance here for Hernandez. It'd be beautiful from Leeds. And it's blocked away. Hernandez doing the right thing, going for that far corner. This is still not over though, as Drame goes to Poveda. Still onside to the byline. We're going to get there. Cuts it back looking for Hernandez. He's unlucky. I think the one thing he needed was some loft, but it's so easy to say that when you've got to try and lift the ball over the defenders, and it's going to be a Fulham throw, and we'll need the new ball. But some of the movement and the confidence from the 23s, it just all looks inch perfect so far. Of course, you made the point earlier, Ben, it is easy to get carried away. We have got a few first-team players, and this PL2 league so far has only taught us one thing, that you are not going to be given any game, and there hasn't been an easy opponent, and that's no disrespect to the Professional Development League, where Leeds did have quite a few as well.
Mentioned earlier, though, in the half about Sam Greenwood enjoying this game, loads of space for him. I think you can see that for every player on the pitch wearing a white shirt, just going out and expressing themselves.
Yeah, Costa looking for Greenwood, who is fouled, and it's smart that from Greenwood. He just puts the right leg across McAvoy to make sure that once he takes it from him, he has to come through the back of him. It has to be a free kick, and here is last week's debate continued, where we just check on Tyler Roberts, who got a kick to the stomach, I think, or the groin area, which is going to take the wind out your sails, and he's not happy, Tyler Roberts. But this is the debate between two free kick takers. Greenwood just put the ball down, and I think was preparing his run-up, but Pablo Hernandez has now replaced the ball in just a nice way of saying, you are not taking this, young man. I'm taking this, and hopefully watch what I do with it, as Hernandez is waiting for the instructions from the ref, which is to move it ever so slightly. I do wonder how the referees remember exactly where it is when he's just gone 25 yards over the other side of the pitch to check things. He's happy with the wall, and George Wickens' job is to try and keep this ball out. Four-man wall. Hernandez has to try and come up and over it. Roberts is not happy with something. It will be Hernandez finally then towards the far corner. Wickens easy save in his defence. It just didn't have enough power. It's a shot on target, and from a first free kick, if you were Hernandez from a first sort of yardstick, then it's a very good effort really. In terms of it's on target, you've tested the keeper. You hope to improve if you get another chance, but with what we've seen so far from Fulham's number 40, it's got to have to be a lot better than that to beat him today.
No surprise, Pablo's just trying to catch him out by whipping it round to that kind of side where the keeper stands, trying to catch him. He's going to gamble a little bit. Just wonder if Sam Greenwood goes, do I get the next one now?
Yeah, I probably feel he'll be putting his name in the hat. Leeds have just been a bit sloppy there. Some passes that, the original one from Hernandez put Leeds under pressure, and then Leeds conceded the throw-in. Costa's tried to get back here. He's got a touch to that. He's appealing for a Fulham touch. It isn't given, and doesn't come as a surprise. Looks as if it was a held Costa touch last. And in the number 10 shirt, it is Fabio Carvalho that's come across to take this set piece. So Leeds got some marking to do. Davis dropping in to try and mark. And Harris. They've taken it short. There's the Jasper. Greenwood is nutmegged. He'll clip him on the ankle, and there's nothing given. The referee said he's gone to ground far too easily. And now I think Leeds more surprised by that than Fulham, because they've given the ball away. Drame is out of position. He has to get back. Shot comes in. Cresswell's nearly knocked over as he gets to block him, but he's only managed to clear it straight back to the left-hand side of defence. Ball across the face. It's acrobatic from Davis. And there is Hernandez with the cool head to just keep it nice and simple. This is what Leeds need in these situations, not the quick scrambling clearances. Lift your head up, play the pass. They've done that now to Costa. He's got Greenwood on his inside. Greenwood looks for Davis. We've seen this move a few times today across the near post, and that is where Tyler Roberts would normally have been. Poveda, Hernandez, Poveda again. He's got Roberts on his right-hand side, slightly in front of him, looking for Hernandez. He goes down. Is it a penalty? And the two players have collided together, I think, and McAvoy is just about okay. Both players, that would have hurt. But again, Ben, the movement, the passing. I've loved watching that transition down the left-hand side today. Ball from Costa into a centre midfielder, and Davis coming flying forward on the overlap.
Again, just knowing when to release the pass, but passing into an area where the man's running onto it, so he's not stood waiting. He's just got the forward momentum then. And the practice like day in, day out in training, where to pass the ball, where they need it. It's all about the pass appreciation.
Yeah, here comes Drame down the right-hand side. Pervader's going to try and get in behind. It's a beautiful ball. It's a great run. Pervader's got a chance to cut it back. He goes for goal. Takes a deflection. Roberts. And it's just going to be cleared over the top somehow. How on earth has that ball not gone in? Sam Greenwood is not happy the pass didn't come. But they've thrown everything at Tyler Roberts. And he's had to hit the deck in a little bit of pain. But Pervader, there was the pass to Greenwood. He's gone on his own. And you just feel from there, but it's McAvoy that gets his body on the line, and you've just got to say there's a little bit of luck, of course, or a big chunk of luck, but pretty brave defending. Can they score again? Leeds towards Casey. Underneath it, doesn't know where the second ball is. Pervader does, but he is dispossessed, and it will be a throw-in.
How did that go in, by the way? Hopefully Tyler's fine, just a bit of a kick, but it's also almost one of those situations where as a player you think, well, do you know what, this is going to be a goal. But somehow got deflected over. But yet again, just this time with Cody Drame and Pervader on the right. Just the weight of pass and the timing of the pass just to release Pervader. Spot on.
It's been a very good, very effective first half from Leeds. They've only a couple of times they've been under pressure. They've kept their clean sheet. That ball has not gone according to Leif Davis. The officials have a quick word with each other and disagree. Very important for Leeds to keep the scoreline as it is in terms of their own goal. Do not allow Fulham a goal back to give them anything to build on at the team talk. Make sure it's as negative as possible in that respect. While we spoke about Fulham's away form, this is a familiar territory for Leeds. They're unbeaten at home all season. It is 5 wins and 1 draw. They are making it count at Thorpe Arch, where they'll be hoping to kick on in 2021. Moving forward to Hernandez. Pervader's on his way in the middle. Greenwood was the man on the right-hand side, and here is Pervader. He's got Tyler Roberts bursting forward. Costa's the option he chooses. Back inside to Pervader. Will he go for goal? He just never wanted it on that side, I don't think. I'm not sure he expected it. And now Fulham will try and break. Hernandez trying to get back. Jenkins as well. We've not had to mention Jenkins today too much. And that's no slight on him, Ben, because it's just been a game of real width and quick counters. He's the man that's hovering across the back four, trying to get those counters started. I think he'll probably feel, Ben, that at least should have been a shot towards goal rather than just a heavy touch. Not saying they should have scored, but...
I don't know about you though, Tom. I don't want the referee to blow for half time. Really enjoying this. Some of the football. Can we call it sexy football? Is that allowed at this time of year?
You can call it what you want.
Fantastic to watch. Please, referee, if you're listening, don't blow up for half time.
Yeah, of course, with the subs that are likely to be made, such as the tactics used by Leeds in the 23s setup, there will be a few players that could well make way as a minute of stoppage time. It is towards the left for Davis. We'll try and keep it in, and Costa disappointed as Davis just makes sure the Fulham player's okay, who's come across to stop him. So not long left for Leeds to go and get a fourth goal, should they get the chance at the end of this first half. If you're just joining us and tuning in, it is Roberts, Cresswell and an own goal from McAvoy that have put Leeds 3-0 to the good. Hopefully you've been entertained as much as me and Ben, and second half it continues in that same platform. McAvoy wants a short pass. Leeds again, just such good pressure. Making every Fulham player think for every pass. Another heavy touch there. They've given it to Davis. Hernandez dispossessed, and they are going to make their way down the right with Hilton. Bit too much space for him. That's good work from Casey. Comes across. That is the minute of stoppage time is up, but referee is going to allow them to take this corner. Big moment in the match for Leeds to hold on. Keep it at 3-0. Get inside and get the team talk from Mark Jackson's. There's Jasper that's come across. They've taken the last one short. They've done the same again. Costa's come across to help out Hernandez. It's a free cross to the near post, but the referee is going to blow for half-time. So a scintillating first half from Leeds United. It's been superb to watch. As a result, they lead by 3-0. Join us on LUTV for second half commentary in around 15 minutes' time. Welcome back to LUTV's coverage of Leeds United's under-23s versus Fulham's 23s. If you're joining us as we're about to start this second half, Leeds United lead by 3-0. Goals from Roberts, Cresswell and an own goal from Conor McAvoy in a rather surprising move. We've only had one change. Leif Davis for Niall Huggins is the only substitution we've had. The number 15 of Huggins will be at left back. It means that Roberts, Poveda, Hernandez and Costa has stayed on, which is not the usual routine for the 23s, but of course with it being 5 or 6 days till the next game, 27th for Leeds United, it might well be that these players are getting a little bit more minutes in the legs as Leeds straight away dispossess with Greenwood, who will try and release Jan Poveda on the right hand side. Can he keep it in? He will. Poveda with a chance to get the ball into the box. Leeds' attack means we've not had too much time to run you through the team if you did miss it. And the first half, we'll get a second and bring Ben in alongside me. As here is Hernandez once more. Leeds just trying to find space. Another nutmeg attempt from Hernandez to go through the Fulham left-hand side of defence, and now a chance for them to bring this ball forward. It's with Casey's the header. Fulham will break. They've got so much space on that far side, which they'll try and take full advantage of with Jordan Ayner. Comes down the right, it's back into the middle. Jen Harris, and there is Costa to Hernandez, to Roberts, back to Hernandez. Again, Leeds' attack is quick, and now Poveda. Drame is bursting to help him out, and he's going to try and get there. It's a beautiful ball from Poveda to the midfielder. There is Hernandez. It's taken deflection according to the official. But a great dummy from Costa. Hernandez clearly appreciates it. So a very quick chance then to see the team. So it's Capriel, Huggins, Cresswell, Casey, Drame, Jenkins, Costa, Hernandez, Roberts, Greenwood and Poveda. Myself, Tom Hill and Ben Parker on comms. And Ben, that was quite superb to watch again.
Sometimes when you're so good, so dominant in the first half, the second half it can take a little bit of a while to get back into your rhythm. Well, as soon as we kicked off, we're straight back into a stride. Fantastic.
Yeah, ball towards the near post. Cresswell's there. Chance at the far post. Costa, and it's off the line, cleared away. Costa, disbelief that it's not gone in, and I mean it's just good set piece defending from Fulham, keeping your men on your posts. It will save you more times than it won't, and just staying on the line, doesn't rush up. If he had pushed up the Fulham man, it was going to be a fourth goal for Leeds. And again, Fulham are coming forward. It's a great ball. Chance for Capriel to show what he can do. Is that a penalty? Offside flag has gone up on the far side, and I'm not sure if the Fulham player was just doing nothing but looking for the penalty. Capriel didn't get a touch to it. He had to come out though because the Fulham player had the chance for a shot, Ben. And well, the second half has started with a real exciting tempo. It's 3-0, and I don't want to jinx anything, but I'll be very surprised if we still sat here in 40 minutes' time with the scoreline to save, if they keep playing the same way, of course.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised indeed, but I have to say, Eli Capriel's been saved by the linesman. Did look like a penalty. Yeah, gatekeepers have to come out, close the space, but don't rush out and be rash with your challenge and give the decision for the referee to make by diving at the striker's feet. But no, you're right, it's just so entertaining is this game. Chances at kind of both ends. We're dominating possession. More of the same plays the second half.
Yeah, Fulham have got goals in their locker. They, as I say, have won their last 3. Although on the road they have struggled with 4 defeats in 5, albeit their last win was their last outing away from Londoners. Now the ball with Huggins again to Costa towards the near post. He takes a slight deflection. Roberts nearly pounced. Roberts appreciating the pass. He puts the arm up to at least show his thanks. And McAvoy forward through midfield, this time to Fabio Carvalho. Fulham do have a few very bright youngsters. They've got some energetic players in the likes of Carvalho and Jasper. Good news for Leeds is that they haven't had too much time to flourish and showcase their skills due to the barrage of attacks from the Whites up towards Roberts. He's dispossessed a little bit too easily. He's going to try and go back and win it back, but can't get the touch, and Leeds are stretched here. Huggins does well, gets across, wins a free kick. As Ben rightly mentioned last week in our last LUTV 23s commentary, a new contract for Niall Huggins recently. Something that's certainly deserved on his performances we've seen. Hopefully a bright future for him, like a lot of these players out there today in a white shirt, as Fulham clear the danger. Hernandez is beaten by the dummy. Jenkins gets across to try and stop Jasper from making any ground, and the second attempt he does just that. Poveda takes it off. I don't think Jenkins was too pleased with that. And Jenkins makes another run to try and help Drame out. He has got a man on the far side in Costa. He's got another one here in Huggins, and it's a well-weighted pass, and now Leeds can attack. Costa to Hernandez. Huggins, little drop of the shoulder, might go for goal towards the far corner. It's not too far away. And now Huggins popping up as a third winger really for Leeds in this team. So many attacking players that can join the play together, and that's quite nice, that. Lovely, ambitious play, and just getting himself involved straight away, Ben.
First 5 minutes, so much space as Niall Huggins. Clearly Fulham hadn't done their homework on what kind of player he is. He's going to enjoy the second half, drifting into those spaces. So unlucky with that effort there, just wide of that far post.
Yeah, chance for Jenkins to spread the play. Crystal Palace have gone 1-0 up against Newcastle United, by the way, and that will be a game a little bit further down the table, but of course with not too much in it points-wise. Newcastle are 11th in the table, 2 places off the bottom. It's only 6 points off Leeds at the top, though, so a couple of wins, a couple of bad results, and it all starts to change. It has been a really competitive league. First and 13th have both played 10 matches. Well, there's 7 points difference, Ben. It's a very competitive league, this PL2 Division 2. Played plenty of games against the best teams, and Leeds have been on the wrong end of a couple of results. All that matters, though, is where they stand at the minute. It is, as we say, they're top of the table. Middlesbrough, who are second, 2 points below them, have already played their 11th game. This is Leeds', and will be a lovely end to the 2020 for Mark Jackson to have his team top of the table with a nice cushion, and so far so good. Greenwood on the ball, looks down the line. It's a inviting pass for Poveda, takes it on his chest. Now can he pick out another white shirt at the far post? Hernandez was lurking. Here is Huggins. Now a chance for Huggins again. Oh, it's just wide. Lovely football from Leeds again. A 1-2. And Huggins inside 2 minutes and 15 seconds has had 2 chances towards that far post. Has been unable to find the back of the net, and it remains at 3-0. But just the point you just made is maybe do a little bit of research, of course, with the situation with Huggins on his contracts. They've not seemingly done too much research on him, but they should know all about Cuddy Dram on the other side, of course, a former player of theirs, a former teammate with Fulham coming through their rank before his summer move. I think it's quite a nice balance, because Drame seems to sit. We're going to get a yellow card here for a push on Greenwood. It's a very late lunge as well from Sonny Hilton, who's just thrown him into the dugout. But it's quite a nice balance that Huggins attacks on that left side, but Drame seems to sit a little bit further back. And then, of course, when Drame does go forward, Huggins seems to sit back. It's a system that works very well with the attacking fullbacks for Leeds this year.
It's that balance, getting that into your team, you're right. Yeah, it's good, modern-day fullbacks overlapping, getting forward, but sometimes when both fullbacks do it at the same time, it just becomes a bit kind of frantic, because on the transition there's too much space for the opposition then, so having one kind of sitting holding his position just allows that nice balance throughout the team.
Yeah, Micah Biereth is the man that's come on for Fulham in the 28 shirts. And now Leeds will try and win this ball back through Roberts. He is just going to be forced away from it, and that's good work from Cresswell, the second goal scorer. Now he's on the attack for Leeds. He's got Costa, Hernandez on his inside. That was the pass he always wanted to make. He didn't look, didn't need to. Poveda to Hernandez. Will he score? Hernandez, oh, brilliant. Keeper sent the wrong way. He thought he was going to go across goal Wickens, but Hernandez has gone for power straight down the throat, and Poveda's layoff allowed him to attack the ball with power. Hernandez has Leeds United's 4th, and it is turning into be a fine afternoon for the Whites.
I'm going to call it, Tom. I think it's illegal now for Pablo to play in these fixtures, because it's just too easy for him. It's a great finish. I think the keeper's tried to have a little gamble. It's going to be down on his right-hand side. But all started with Charlie Cresswell breaking out from the centre-half position, finding the right option. You think the chance might have gone, recycled from Poveda, and Pablo just caps what you kind of call a Pablo performance, just running the show.
Yeah, Poveda and Pablo embrace, celebrate, and what was another fine goal. But it's a great point you make, Ben, about Cresswell. He was the initial man that started everything, as he's got work to do to try and mark Biereth here, the sub, and Leeds must stay switched on. Good work from Huggins, just gets a foot to it. Costa, a bit more composure. And now out to Hernandez, and there is the simple through ball, or so it looked. Greenwood is just beaten by Chalabar. It's a really good ball forward. Onomar, should I say, is now... He gets that pass. He's had a good battle with Greenwood. Josh Onomar. And they come through middle of midfield. Leeds a bit stretched. Drame gets it. Shot comes in. Capriel gets down to his left. Good shot. Good save. And Leeds just a little bit guilty of taking their foot off the gas, allowing them to come forward and celebrating the fourth goal. And it's a good job the keeper was alert, Ben, because it was a pretty determined run that from Fulham, and I think Capriel's bailed out his teammates. Too many sloppy tackles.
Look, I don't want to go on record and look silly, but I'm going to put it out there. I think this game's more or less wrapped up from our perspective. But the next thing to do, get a clean sheet. That'll be a massive kind of tick in the box, because last few games we have conceded a number of goals, and knowing the likes of Charlie Creswell, Ollie Casey, they love the clean sheets as well. So that'll be a big ask for him up to, or a big target. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, Jenkins gets the right side of the defender. He's had his ankles clipped, and Gabriel gives him a pat on the back for his tenacious, brave play. Yeah, Ben said it's illegal for Hernandez to play for the 23s from now on. If it becomes 4-4 or 5-4, Ben's illegal from 23s coverage. That's my prediction. As Cresswell gets it looking for Hernandez. Here is Casey. Really good work from Leeds again, and just using the first team players to keep the effort levels high, keep the quality levels high. They should be coming in and pressing. They've done just that. Roberts, he's got a couple of options, a couple of step overs, drop of the shoulder to Drame, goes for the powerful drive, it's blocked. Hernandez coming in to help him out. Fizzes it towards the far post. Greenwood gets a touch to it. Huggins has got work to do, and he's now being out-muscled. Now Leeds have to get back, because Fulham, as Ben predicted, there's so much space, they're so stretched. Cresswell steps up, and it's a perfect offside trap from Cresswell and co. Well led by the two centre-halves. And again, it's another very strong performance from them. And we've got a number of first halves at the club, and everyone's fit. Of course, at the moment, not ideal situation for Marcelo Bielsa, but the two players that have come from the under-18s, you can tell that connection they've got, Ben, that they just know each other's game inside out. The last couple of weeks, they've been absolutely superb together, as Leeds will win a throw. And that's no slight, by the way, on the likes of Pascal Struijk and others that have played centre-half, because they've done a good job. But it is that connection that they seem to have that just helps them out a little bit better. Connection,
partnership, it's so vital and key. Centre-half, got to have that trust in your partner at the side of you. And just by playing through the academy system, they've got that in bucket loads. And you can see in the performances, they're just so comfortable at the side of each other. Know each other's game inside out. Always covering, getting each other out of a mess that they might find themselves in.
Yeah, Hernandez to Poveda, wants to try and play it back. It was a really tight space. Jenkins and Huggins trying to force the mistake. That's good work from Fulham. They've stretched the play again. Casey's only got one thing in his mind, and it's to take the ball on the man, and he's done it. Don't think the Fulham player appreciated it too much. That was a all or nothing tackle from Ole Casey. I think if he gets it wrong, he's on his way for a nice early bath out of the horrible conditions, because it was only one thing in his mind. Leeds again just slacking off a little bit. Jenkins thrown to the floor. He's got up to try and rescue it. He wasn't happy there, Jenkins. Good to see the attitude of him. It's determined. As now Leeds again with Poveda. The pace is electrifying. He's got Hernandez on his inside again. It is Hernandez from Poveda. Drops the shoulder. Might try and go for goal. Takes a few more on instead towards Poveda at the far post, who just can't direct it goalwards. He's just got underneath it. And again, these two making it look like it is too easy for them. But Fulham in their defence are plugging away. They're doing everything they can to go and get a goal. And there's no sign of any quitting those players either.
No, there isn't, but again, just having fun out there, the lads. Some of the play, again, it's just the speed that they do things, but picking the right option. And it sounds a simple thing to kind of say, but when you're moving at speed, bodies moving off the ball, it's sometimes difficult to make that right choice, that right pass, and the release time of it. But most of the time today, we've picked it out superbly and been 4-0. It's probably been kind, the scoreline on Fulham at the moment.
Yeah, here is Jenkins once more. Our mark. It's still such a long time for both teams to go and get more goals. Hopefully Leeds are the team that go and get them, and it's only one-way traffic. Costa to Greenwood. Greenwood will certainly want one of his own. It's inside to Hernandez. Offside flag has gone up. Of course, Greenwood will want a goal. I was about to say the changes will be hopefully made for Leeds' point of view, and it's almost as if I've had a little chat with Matt Jackson, because this is exactly what I was about to say, because talking of goals, Joe Gelhardt will want one and Bobby Campbell will want one after their terrific start to the season, the first 10 games. They've got a few goals, and here are the changes to be made. So Hernandez is one of them. That will be Gelhardt stepping in to replace him, and Tyler Roberts the other, meaning that Poveda and Costa will stay on. So a fine performance from the two more recognised first team players, and on the hour mark the changes that perhaps we expected 15 minutes ago, Ben.
Well, Pablo masterclass yet again, but also Tyler Roberts getting another goal. He's been prolific when he's dropped down to the under-23s, and that just gives them a little bit of confidence, because going forward them two are going to be big players in the first team. We mentioned the fixture list. This is again the time of the year where they come thick and fast, so great to see them both get an hour under the belt and just kind of set an example to these young boys and how to go about the business.
Yeah, Drame gets it from Gelhardt, tries to ping the ball towards Poveda, and Leeds perhaps a bit guilty of being out of position. I say that, and now Huggins is out of position, but it's worked perfectly for Leeds because he's gone and retrieved the ball, and Poveda back to Drame, and Leeds just trying to calm it down. He's very good at that, I think, Drame, sometimes assessing when enough's enough, trying to go for the kill, and just stops things for a second as Cresswell to Costa. Bobby Campbell's gone down the middle. He's the starting striker now. Greenwood will play behind him, so will Gelhardt, and Poveda and Costa will stay on the wings. Another very ambitious first touch from Jan Poveda, who looks like he's had an absolute blast out there today. Always playing with a smile on his face, and plays the ball back now to Jenkins. Now Huggins has Costa down the line for him. Might ignore them and go on his own. Al Huggins, he often can do this. He's on his way, Huggins. It's taken on 2 or 3 players. Can he go for goal? He can. It's blocked. Here is Joe Gelhardt into Campbell. 1-2. Gelhardt. Oh, terrific footwork. Surely not. He goes down in the box, and it is a penalty. Well, Joe Gelhardt has come on and absolutely bamboozled that Fulham defence. Ball stuck to his feet, and the way he's making his way back towards the dugout to go and get the ball tells you everything. He wants this penalty, and he's allowed to take it for that run. I don't care.
He's definitely earned the right to take it, don't worry about that. Look at this close control. 2-3 bodies around him. I just thought he was going to stab into the bottom corner. Gets the penalty kick. Fantastic.
Yeah, Joe Gelhardt, just a couple of minutes after stepping off the bench, has a chance to add to his tally, which will hopefully be one of many goals for the 23s and beyond into the first team for years to come. He has got to try and beat George Wickens, who has been very impressive in the Fulham goal, to make it 5. The left boot of Joe Gelhardt, the Fulham player, got a yellow card, by the way, for that challenge. Referee trying to make sure everybody stays outside. Poveda, like a little terrier, not happy at the Fulham players. And now the referee wants to speak to all of them, just enough to put Joe Gelhardt off. Like Les Deroux, by the way, that got the card, the number 26, for a late lunge. I'm going to bet here that these two players carry on doing the exact same thing after the word from the ref. But there you go, yellow card. Oh, okay. Jan Poveda gets a yellow card for being pushed. Now the Fulham players are trying to stop Poveda. He's obviously not got a lot of confidence in his teammate from scoring, because he's absolutely desperate to get the right side of that Fulham player. Stays behind him for now. Referee now tells Wickens to go back to his line, and Fulham are trying everything to make sure Joe Gelhardt doesn't score this penalty, who hasn't looked either way. He's just stayed so composed. Hopefully tunnel vision has worked perfectly for him, and it will be Gelhardt eventually to take this spot kick to make it 5. Gelhardt steps up, keeper gets a hand to it, Bobby Camber on the follow-up, and after all of that, the Fulham players stayed still, and Bobby Camber pounced to fire home to make it 5. Fantastic follow-up play from the striker, and the two subs combined. Joe Gelhardt's got a smile on his face. He wanted to score it anyway, but Bobby Camber's own scoring record, Ben, continues. Leeds United 5, Fulham 0.
And I do believe that's his first touch since coming on, but it's so ironic how the little handbags on edge of the box, pushing and shoving, kind of come from the rebound. Bobby Camber's there to tap it in, so from a Fulham's perspective, doing all the pushing you want, how about you switch on and try and get a rebound yourself? Bobby Camber certainly did, and it's 5. It's a funny old game, Tom.
Yeah, bizarre. Great news for Leeds, of course, which is all that matters, as Cresswell comes across to Casey, and it is a 5-0, 65 minutes gone. Listening to LUTV, if you're just going to sit down on this rather miserable Monday afternoon, it is a great game of football to watch as Poveda takes it off Gelhardt. He's going to go for goal. Oh, it's a really good drive. It's a good save as well, again, from the keeper, who has been Fulham's best player. Poveda taking it off Gelhardt. He's determined. Again, it's more direct play from Jan Poveda. It's something you want to see. And I think you've just got to praise both players, and a lot of those Leeds United squad members are going to go across to Poveda to congratulate him for his work. They're very happy with it, and he is now lurking on the edge of the box. Looks like Huggins that's gone across to take it. Got Cresswell, Casey, Costa, Camber, Poveda all in there towards Cresswell, just a bit too far in front of him this time. And Jenkins will just try and calm things down with Cody Drami at right back, who in a way does the right thing. He's apologised for the pass, but he was under pressure there. If he gives it away on halfway, it's a 2-on-1. And it Leeds are better off with a throw-in, as Huggins just fights back. He has to get back here, though, because Fulham have got a few bodies on that right wing. Great tackle from Huggins. Here's Gelhardt. Beautiful touch down the line for Costa. They're making it look so easy this here. Greenwood, he's got Gelhardt to it left. He's got Camber. Now will he play the ball looking for Poveda? Camber again. Two of them getting each other's way in just too many touches. Drami flies in and Leeds on the attack once more. And you just get the impression that Leeds have got every intention of going to make this 6, 7, 8. They're not interested in taking their foot off the gas whatsoever. In fact, they look even more determined. Greenwood goes for goal, and Sam Greenwood will clear not only the fence behind the goal, but the bushes over the other side. He'll not be very happy with that, but some of the work, Ben, some of the play. Second half, they've just totally taken over, really. First half, Fulham were coming back with more counters. There's been 2, I think, in this second, if that.
I'm just reminiscing, Tom, about the field behind the goal. Plenty of footballs I found over there. Made the way for a few of the shots he used to do.
He'll break off because here comes Gelhardt trying to put him off by just giving him a little shove, and they've thrown to the floor. That's probably the best way to try and stop Joe Gelhardt, is to knock him off balance, because to dispossess him is the hardest thing. By trying to take the ball from his feet, it's easy to try and foul him. A lot of teams have restored to that this season, as Greenwood again just hunting like packs of wolves. Sam Greenwood has impressed more off the ball today than he has on it, and he's had a great game with the ball as well. So it just shows you the different side of his game that they've got out of him, as his pass is a little bit risky to Jenkins. It's a hospital ball, and now he's got to try and get back and help out. He does that with Jenkins, who's had a bit of a rough afternoon, been thrown to the floor, had to put his body on the line too many times. Some lovely work from Costa. He's had some great touches today, held the Costa. Hopefully a sign of things to come as he tries to get back into that first team starting 11. Had a great start to the season. Fulham clear their lines, and again, just the space, as if they're playing on a pitch double the size of a normal one. The amount of room for everybody out there, as now Fulham have stretched leads once more. Huggins trying to get back. Cresswell. Cross comes Casey. And Casey gets across and stops Mika Bereth having the free shot, and Elia Capril gratefully dives on the ball. Casey towards Greenwood, this time under too much pressure, but Fulham give him the ball straight back. Greenwood perhaps just rushes things a little, looking for Poveda. 20 minutes to go. Leeds United 5-0 up. Roberts' header, Cresswell's header, McAvoy's on goal, Hernandez's drive, and Bobby Camwer collecting a goal after a Joe Gelhardt penalty miss. Casey under pressure, just has to go back to Quarter Caprile, and there is Jenkins, and that's exactly what Jenkins is in the team for. Wants to try and help the two centre-backs, and he's run there nice and determined, just giving Fulham more things to think about. It's opened up space, and here is Greenwood. Now a chance for Costa. He's got Camwer, he's got Gelhardt, and he's got Poveda. Can he pick out any of them, or will he go for goal himself? He's been forced wide. Costa's dispossessed them. Fulham are trying to get the ball. They're not happy, but Costa just maybe waited a little bit too long there to go for goal. Huggins, don't think that pass was intended for Gelhardt. I think Camwer was his target. But again, Joe Gelhardt, great attitude, Ben. That's what you mentioned earlier about the performances being good, but it's the attitude of them, the determination to make sure it's a clean sheet at worst, to make sure you're tracking your runners no matter what. Perhaps being, I think, the most effective team performance. As the shot comes in, they have conceded, and there goes the clean sheet, and you can see the reaction of Casey. They're absolutely furious. It's 5-1, and the goal scorer is Fabio Carvalho, but up until that point, the tracking back, everything was on point. I'm not trying to say that the deflection was fortunate, because I thought Fulham, I praised them earlier, I think their attitude's been just as good. It's a very high level of football, this.
I just feel sorry for Ollie Casey and Charlie Cresswell in particular, because you can see how much it means. Ollie Casey's reaction there, being in that situation where you come for the win in a game, the attention turns to keeping a clean sheet, didn't get it, a little deflection on the strike. They'll be disappointed with that.
Yeah, now Fulham are bored, and they've got to make sure it stays at 1, because we've seen a few times this year a couple of teams have let their guard down. Ben's panicking because he wants to do 23s next year. So here is
surely not.
Here's Jasper on the ball. He's going to try and go for goal. Drame is fouled. Referee's going to let advantage player. Now Gelhardt from Poveda. Gelhardt using his pace. He's determined. He's on his way into the box. Can he find a bit of space to go for goal? Back onto his left foot. Greenwood is going to go for goal, and this time a little bit closer. Went just past that top corner, and I think Leeds needed that, Ben. There was a moment there when they gave the ball away at the edge of the box, and you just thought Fulham were going to get that second chance to go and get a second goal.
We needed it. I needed it. Just relax, please, now.
Yeah, it's still 20 minutes to go. It has flown by today, but Leeds will certainly feel they've got the chance to get more goals. He was claiming he's been clipped on the head by Cresswell. The referee is going to stop the game. I mean, it is a head injury. You can't take any risks, whether it's accidental or not. The referee is going to go across to Fulham's goal scorer, so a chance to get the drinks on board for the players that want them. A few tactics. Referee wants the ball back. Doesn't seem to want the physios to come on. The Fulham number 10, who's... I thought he seemed to hurt his head more when he hit the floor rather than with Cresswell. Good to see he's okay, ready to continue. Referee just going to let the game restart where he thought the play was stopped, so it's good officiating, just make sure everything's back to normal. With a little bit too much of a cool head as Cresswell tries to fight his way out of trouble. Now the Carvalho's gone down again, claiming that Cresswell's caught him. Don't know what the Fulham's tactics are now to try and get Cresswell sent off. He's still on the floor. Linesman not interested. Referee now not interested. Huggins looking down the line for Gelhardt once more, who's just the wrong side of the defender. It's good work from Camwer, means that the Fulham defender has to turn away. And fair play, does it? Nice and easily. But Leeds at least ask the questions. Now it is with Hilton. He comes forward. He's got Carvalho on the right-hand side, who's trying to get past Huggins. Cresswell's come across again, turns him. Shot's going to come in. Caprile will save. Good hands again, doesn't spill it. And like Caprile, very rare occasion. I think the first time this season he's actually told everybody else to just stand still rather than get up to his feet to attack. And that's what you want from your keeper. I think he's realising a little change in momentum a little bit, Ben.
Yeah, the momentum's obviously with Fulham after getting that goal, just give him a little something to play for. But I just fully expect us just to kind of regroup. We're good that from me, like April's. Like sometimes, yeah, it's good to keep hold of the ball, just settle everything down, and then get a bit more control back, like we've seen for majority of the 75 minutes, because it's been such a dominating performance.
Yeah, the Fulham number 10 Cavallo's not happy. He's just been punished for a pullback on Cresswell, who he feels has clipped him in the face the last 2 minutes, so never going to go down well. But his effort levels here have been pretty non-existent. He's allowed Niall Huggins to run straight past him. Leeds will try and exploit that. Costa to the far post. Defender and keeper nearly getting each other's way. It is going to be a corner, and that's the left back. There's Daru that's just about got it away with Jan Poveda lurking. I know we expect Helder Costa to play well at this level, but he has been superb today. The same for Poveda. As Ben mentioned, you have seen it over the years where players at the senior squad drop down and are not bothered. They're not going to work hard. There's been no sign of that from Roberts, from Costa, from Hernandez, Poveda, Davis as well, who was brought off at half-time. Gelhart's going to go for goal. They've taken the power out of that shot and it is cleared away. Costa from Poveda, back out to Drame with Poveda again. Inside to Gelhardt, it's great movement this from Leeds. Bit quicker as well, which is what was getting him so much joy at the start of the second half, as Jenkins to Casey. Casey was a bit risky there. I think he was hoping one of his centre midfielders would drop short, but Charlie Cresswell for the third time today. Every time he's had the chance to intercept, he's done it and played a great pass or created a chance, and now he's released Bobby Camworth. Camworth can go for goal from range. He's wanting someone to come a bit shorter. Poveda, great ball to Costa. It's inch perfect around the back of the defence. Costa goes for goal, and Fulham with the route will block that ball and concede a throw-in. Good work in attack, good work in defence. Nobody for Fulham panicked, and Bobby Camworth's been just as sharp as anyone else that's come off the bench.
Bobby Camworth sharp, Joe Gelhardt sharp ever since they've come onto the pitch. Niall Huggins, the free subs, certainly added to the performance as well, but Charlie Cresswell stepping out again, just reading the game. Big part of playing centre-half modern day football. It's about reading, intercepting, stepping out at the right time. Him and Ollie Case have done really well at that today.
Yeah, now Huggins comes forward, takes on a couple, and now Costa is going to try and get to it. No offside flag. Floats the ball in towards the 6-yard box. It's cleared. Onomar goes out wide. Gets a 1-2. Hard one to stop Onomar, as Green was just found out. Now he tries to bring him down, and it is going to be a foul on Sam Greenwood. Right, need to speak to the official. Is he just going to let this one slide? He is. $12 minutes to go, hopefully, barring a incredible collapse, which we do not expect and do not want to see. Leeds will end the year with a top spot in the PL2 Division 2. Back in action in January, where they have got 4 games scheduled, which may change due to the Premier League kick-off times, as here comes Camworth. Again, Gelhardt through the middle. Costa, again, in acres of space. Far too much space from Fulham's point of view. Gelhardt, Greenwood's in the middle. He goes across looking for Poveda, which is the harder pass. I think Sam Greenwood's been a bit unlucky today, Ben. I think some of his support play has warranted a pat into the box where you would naturally say he'd thrive and just finish it, but he hasn't had a single one.
But again, it's the work off the ball, getting into the right areas, doing the basics that we spoke about. Him and Jack Jenkins been a really solid platform basis in that midfield, just to allow your front four to go express themselves then.
Yeah, Huggins on the ball now, tries to play it. Gelhardt, he goes, and it's just past the far post. Great run from Joe Gelhardt, sprung the offside trap, and he'll be very, very frustrated that he's not scored. Not only has he missed the penalty, he's missed that chance, and it's not often we see Joe Gelhardt do that. He's got his head up now, he's back ready to try and work, but now Huggins again, Ben, with that through ball. He's made such a difference off the bench, and Leif Davis had a cracking game in the first half as well at left back.
I was wondering if we can speak to the groundsman just to move that goal a couple of yards to the left. If we'd done that, we'd have got 3-4 more goals at this point.
Yeah, Joe Gelhart's clipped by Sonny Hilton.
But you mentioned Niall Huggins, just drifts into those pockets, glides past people, and the only surprise was that we didn't hit the target, didn't find that bottom corner.
Yeah, Poveda, ball to Drame. Fulham have not gone across to stop him. Canwa, can he turn and shoot? He's going to try to a back heel. Queuing up, Gelhart goes for goal, tries to wrong foot the keeper, and he has. Superb, Joe Gelhart. Everyone expected him to go towards the far right and towards the keeper's right. He sent him the wrong way, and after 2 misses, Joe Gelhart makes it third time lucky. He makes it Leeds United 6, Fulham 1.
Keep giving him chances, he will eventually find the back of the net. But it's almost like kind of walking football at times now. We're just making it look so easy. If this was a boxing match, the referee had stepped in by now, called it off. Just too dominant, too good on the day for Fulham.
Look forward to seeing you next year, Ben. Job done.
I'm so relieved, Tom. Really am.
Yeah, great work from Gelhart, who continues to add to his tally for the season, and wanted to start today. Of course, and a name for himself at Wigan, and was a player that's scored at first team level there, and a player that's really excelled. And I'm sure the Leeds fans that have watched all season on LUTV will hope to see him in the first team before the end of the season. The likes of Greenwood as well. This man again, Poveda. Drame going to get back, and he uses his strength, and it's really good work. Has to be quick here, Casey in the ears, and Jenkins. That's a really risky pass to Elijah April. It's a good job he's fast, and Leeds trying all they can to help Fulham here. Huggins, a couple of players losing their footing, but now back to normality as now Jenkins towards Costa. Costa's in behind, but he is offside. What a ball, Jenkins. Costa just set off too early. I'm going to get now a replay of the goal. That ball from Poveda again just allows Drame to attack. I think Campbell bended so well here. It's not just the back hit, it's the fact that he's just trying to twist and turn them, and the finish is exquisite, really. Really, really good.
Look, you can try these little things when it's 5-1, but to see it come off, it's so good to see as Curdy Drame is down. Don't know whether it's just a kick, whether it's an overstretch, but again, another guy who's played so well over the course of the season. It has, so hopefully see the physio there, just taking his time. Looks like he's testing a knee injury out, but so hopefully it's more of a kick rather than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, he's, as always, run up and down that touchline as much as he possibly can. He's it's maybe a muscle pull maybe down the side of the hip area, Ben, as well. Maybe seemed to pull up while play was going on further downfield. So hopefully it is nothing serious. The rest of the players do get their drinks on board, their energy gels. Big 8 minutes to go. It's such a relief for the players to end, for those 23s players to end the season, or they end the 2020 with a big morale boosting victory. They've scored plenty, but not only for the players, but for the man that will stress about it more than anybody in Mark Jackson, who of course stepped up this year, and so far it's been a terrific job.
And I think the message will be from Mark Jackson: look, this is the bar you've set yourselves now, so going into 2021, these are the kind of levels he expects. Yes, disappointing I haven't got the clean sheet, but large amounts of the play throughout the game it's been superb to see. So that's the standards. But look at the closer down there from Bobby Camwer, forcing him to a mistake, win the ball back, regain possession. So those are the standards that he'll be setting the boys going into the new year, and hopefully we can kick on from these types of performances.
Yeah, Huggins to Costa, and back again now. Huggins has got Greenwood on his inside. Greenwood nearly does everything right. He just tried to shield the ball. Fulham have dispossessed Leeds. Leeds have then done the exact same thing back to them as Gelhart. Greenwood was asking for it. Good to see Kurdrame is back on his feet, but I'll let him use his injury for that pass. Just not sharp enough, but look at him again. Straight away, just stalking the ball. Gellhart too strong for Hilton. Wants a 1-2 with Poveda. Poveda's going to try and go towards goal himself. Tries to get past the left back in. There's Daru, and Daru stands him up, and it's good work. But Kodadrame once more on his way, trying to help out defensively. 5 or 6 minutes left. I'm not sure with the scoreline as it is. The referee will allow too much stoppage time. Ball across, and again, as Ben mentioned a few moments ago, Bobby Camworth leading by example. Scores as we nearly reach half-time in the 2 of the under-23s games elsewhere. Crystal Palace 1, Newcastle 0, Norwich 1, Wolves 0, and Stoke are beating West Brom by a single goal to 0. That game is only just kicked off, though. Yellow card here for Leeds. It will be a free kick. Bobby Camworth getting the card?
Yeah, just pulling him back, trying to track back, just kind of got the wrong side, but the work rate yet again. That's the good thing mentioned about doing the basics. Well, it's all the off the ball kind of stuff you hear all the time, but to do it consistently, 85th, 86th minute we're into, and you're still working ever so hard, just shows again the attitude but the fitness levels.
Yeah, they're going to go for range here, and Fulham very ambitious. The fact that Wolves are winning, by the way, means that Leeds' cushion at the top of the table will be 3 points going into Christmas, if that stays the same. Wolves will move on to 19 points. Leeds are on 22. That's the little nudge in the back on Poveda. I think the referee has spotted it. Four minutes to go. Gabriel's got Cresswell towards the edge of the box. Gellhart unlucky there. Jasper comes forward. Leeds have sat off here. It's going to be a free shot towards that far corner, and like April, I think, just trying to demonstrate that Casey thought about coming forward, but he had someone behind him to mark, and a couple of other players out of position, and just a little bit of lapse. But when you're 6-1 up, again, you mentioned it, Ben, you can breathe a bit more easily. There's no need to panic as much. Still sure Mark Jackson will analyse this in detail as Jenkins goes straight away to Camworth, who looks to be onside. Camworth, Joe Gellhart bursting forward. Camworth slowing it down a bit, couple of step overs, goes for goal towards the far corner. It's wide, a bit further wide than he would have wanted. And again, Sam Greenwood on the penalty spot, just saying, do you remember I play alongside you? I am here, lads. I am the top scorer.
Sam Greenwood, you have to get used to this now. You're not the number 9, so they're always trying to look out for you now. You're a midfielder, but no, again, energy going forward, trying to get the 7th. Just be so easy to kind of sit back and try and keep possession, but not this group. Not got installed in the mentality. Always try and push, get another goal, try and do the right things.
Yeah, ball to the edge of the box. Hilton again, shaping as if he was going to shoot. Jasper will do. Jenkins and Drame getting to it, and Camworth trying to stop Joshinoma from playing that pass. Fulham again now, this time with Daru on that left wing. Into Carvalho, the scorer of Fulham's goal. Jasper and Jenkins. Jenkins going for a second bite. As here is Hilton once more. Cresswell, Huggins and Costa forcing them wide. Here's with Aina. Back to Hilton again. Costa's coming across. Fulham. It's another determined run. Shot's going to come in. Capriel spills. And that's great defending from, well, who else but centre forward Joe Gellhart.
Fantastic.
Terrific tackle.
Superb. It's difficult for a defender to kind of be switched on and go following the rebound. Time after time we always see the striker getting in there because they just naturally better it than defenders. So to see, like you said, Tom, our striker back there following in the rebound, and thankfully did, because they're doing a tap-in for Fulham, 6-2. But fantastic game awareness from Joe Gellhart.
Yeah, Fulham with the floating corner. Drame's got a slight flick to that. It's enough to force it wide. Onoma's come wide to pick up the ball. Here is Hilton again. Greenwood trying to put him off. And Capril's come out of his goal, and he is just going to chill out for a bit and take his time, and he's done that really well today. Could do nothing about the goal. Another very impressive commanding performance. Continues to make strides in that under-23s jersey as Gelhardt rolls the ball away from Manoma and then pings the pass to Costa, who's got Huggins on his inside. Greenwood is going to make another run into the box. Will they spot him this time? Costa turns inside. Costa's going to go for goal, and it is blocked by Hilton, and it will be another Leeds United corner.
Well, you know the boys must be enjoying themselves when you see Cody Dramey drifting into the penalty area in the dying moments of the game. Not too sure he found himself up too far too often this season, has he?
3 minutes of stoppage time. Wonder if they've got a competition on that, who can score before Christmas, because it just seemed that sort of way the way that they've played today. There's so many different scorers. They're all fighting out to get their name on the sheet for the season. Casey will want one. Cresswell's already got one. Huggins towards Cresswell. Costa's back there as well, and it will be Costa to pick up the ball. Poveda just alongside him. Back to Costa. Still, they've got a few players in that penalty area. And now Costa's made his way into it. Great trickery. Crossed the face of goal, and defenders done well to actually steer it up and over the bar. It will be another Leeds United corner as we nearly go past the first minute of stoppage time. I think Calder Costa's been the my man of the match personally.
I think we could pick any number of players. We could pick 14. 3 subs have come on, done excellent as well. Just a real strong team effort today. Yeah,
near post cleared away by Fulham. Back in by Greenwood, who's got that annoyed. The keeper nearly flaps at that, and rather strange save, but it's effective. Greenwood just going to try and lob him. And the keeper's gone long straight away. Straight back into Eli Capriel, and I think Leeds have saved the best for last this first half of the season. Best display you've seen?
You'd have to say everything about the performance is great. I mentioned the stuff off the ball, but let's not forget the quality on it as well. Some of the touches, first time layoffs, just there, a little round the corner. It's almost like I knew what was coming there, Tom. Yeah,
Gelhardt to Camwa. Camwa's gone for the return pass to Costa. He's just put too much power on it. It was really effective again from Leeds. Joe Gelhardt has come on and linked the play ever so well as well, since he's replaced Roberts and Hernandez as well. Costa dispossesses once more. Here is Camwa turns. Greenwood's there again. Finally, Sam Greenwood gets a chance. Tries the Marseille, and he's just going to be stopped, and it will be a free kick. I think he had to go first time there, Sam Greenwood, but he just wanted a little bit more time to assess that, as Jenkins has been turned by Carvalho. Huggins comes across to try and help out. Here's Biereth. Ball forward. Cresswell gets a touch, has to be brave here and scoops it up away. And Joe Gelhardt again working tirelessly to make sure that Leeds win that second ball. And here is the fitness levels of Leeds United's youth team as Cody Dramey bursting forward, releases Poveda. Camwa's coming across, it's across the far post, Costa, and it's in. What a way to end 2020, what a way to end today's game. Leeds United have run riot here at Thorpe Arch, and they make it 7-1 against Fulham.
7 goals, unbelievable performance, and we deserve it as well. It could have easily been double figures this game if it wasn't for the Fulham's goalkeeper. But you mentioned just before that goal, the energy driving forward. This time it's Cody Dramey on the right-hand side, releases Poveda. Them two have linked up so well. Just the drive and the energy, the determination. Right pass, right moment to release him. And Poveda knows what he's doing here. Across the face of the goal. Helder Costa doing what all good wingers should do, coming at the far post. Absolutely superb.
Yeah, the referee puts Fulham out of their misery. Leeds United, as I say, taking them all the way into a new dimension with that fantastic scoreline. They've been great this last few weeks, Fulham. They've been put in their place today by a spirited display. Roberts, Cresswell getting the first. McAvoy got an own goal. Hernandez made it 4 just after half-time. Joe Gelhardt missed a penalty before Bobby Camwa tapped in the rebound. Carvalho got a consolation goal back before Gelhardt and Costa wrapped up the 7-1 scoreline and the 3 points. So that's it for the 23s in 2020. They'll be back in a few weeks' time. Thanks once again for joining myself, Tom Hill, and Ben Parker.